You could have a new life. I just got a new wife. And I'm home with the gangsters, I'm tryna shoot dice. Made in my shoes tied. Told her look inside the pudding, that's where the truth lies. Young nigga too fly, AMG that coupe ride.
What's good, YouTube? It's your boy CJ, and we're back with another video. And in today's video, we are going to be doing part 3 of the challenge of $3,000 to $10,000. And first off, I want to say, for some reason my audio wasn't working. I did record the videos, so I'm gonna put the clips in here, but I have to basically do trade recaps in this video just because, like I said, the audio for some reason didn't work. I went to edit my videos on Friday and the audio was there, but then I went to finish the videos today just now literally, and the audio just wasn't there. So I was trying to like research every like how to, if I can recover the audio. I tried like detaching the audio from the video. Nothing really worked. So yeah, I'm gonna have to do a trade recap. The account is sitting at about $7,000 right now. So pretty much double what we started with, and really like I started with 2,000. I just started recording the videos when I got to like 3,000, just to like give you guys some content. But yeah, so I'm gonna have to go over the trades. I'm gonna, like I said, I'm gonna put the clips in here so you guys know that I'm not like capping or nothing. I did take these trades, so yeah. So we're gonna put this in replay mode, and we're gonna go to Wednesday. So this is Wednesday, right? Yeah. So if you know anything about market structure, you know price breaks highs, makes higher highs, higher lows, lower highs. So we have a low down here, we have a high, we have a low. We break this structure and we create a new high. Then we come back and retest, okay? So when you retest these areas, your next move you're anticipating is for price to come up and retest these areas or push up even further and have a continuation. So with that being said, let me just put this here too, just so you guys can see it if you guys can't see it. So you have a new old resistance becoming new support. Okay, so old resistance becoming new support, and we're anticipating for price to get up to this level or potentially push higher. So I come into the 1 hour, and then what time is this? Let me just go back a little bit further. We'll go to about 9 o'clock. So at this point, or actually let me go to 8 o'clock, just because, so I could just tell you guys what I was really like thinking. So at 8 o'clock, that's when I get it on the charts, okay? And so I saw that we were coming down a little bit. We have a bunch of rejection on the top side. So all of these little wicks right here, that's just showing me rejection. If you guys don't understand, like, this part of the candle is a body and these things are wicks, if you don't know. So because we have all these wicks, and wicks equals rejection of a certain area, we're rejecting from the top side, okay? So like if you think about it like a basketball, if you throw the ball up to the ceiling, you're getting the ball is hitting the ceiling and it's just coming right back down. Same thing with support. If you just smack the ball, or if you just dribble the ball or throw it on the ground, it's gonna bounce back up, right? So that's pretty much the concept that you can kind of think of, I guess. So you can't break that ceiling. So we have all this rejection here, but on the higher time frame, again, I'm expecting for the next move. We're also breaking structure on the smaller time frame too, right? So this is structure getting broken. So this was a high, you're coming up, we're retesting. So with that being said, I'm thinking that we need to be getting ready for buys in the market. But I also see that we have this level right here that we didn't quite tap. If you like move it down here, because that's kind of how I mark my levels. We didn't quite tap there, and I see that we're starting to break a little bit of structure here. So I'm thinking like maybe we can either tap this level or we can come down to this level before getting our reversal back up, or our continuation back up, I should say. So I went into the 5 minute, and this is what I see. So like I said, these two areas are prices where I'm thinking price may tap and start to reverse off of. Okay, so here we go. Right here. Okay, so boom. Number one, when you get that first tap, you see, so it tapped that level pretty much perfectly. But the reason why I kind of got hesitant over the buys is because of this right here. This is a liquidity grab. So what I mean by that is we had an area of resistance, or resistance, and an area of support. Price broke the high and then automatically just shot back down, and that's kind of giving you a little bit of confirmation that like there's a possibility that we can go down. So right then and there, I marked up my supply zone. I was like, okay, well, there's a possibility that maybe we're gonna just continue bearish, or like I said, just retest these areas that I was thinking about. So instead of just only retesting this area, maybe we'll get a retest to the zone and then retest this one. Okay, so price starts to come back up, and then it breaks the low again, starts to push back up. Okay, so at this point, I'm like kind of thinking, okay, and then we get that push down too. So we already pretty much tapped our target, and now at this point, with this upcoming candle, we break structure again. So this right here almost confirms for me that we may be getting ready for the buys. Okay, so I still have my zone marked up, but as it was getting a little bit later in the session for me, I was willing to take a counter trend trade because we broke structure multiple times. But with that being said, I was expecting the counter trend trade to be very short-lived. Why are you expecting it to be short-lived? Because with every reversal, so I thought these two areas were reversal areas, right? I said that before. So because I thought that these were reversal areas, whenever you have a reversal, you have to understand that you have to play the market structure game. So when we have higher highs, higher lows, higher highs, higher lows, look, we break structure. What's the next move that's going to happen? Usually it'll come back down and then start to do this instead. You're almost never going to see something like this happen where price is coming down, and then it just shoots all the way up like this. It's eventually going to come back down. And this could have been what I could have gotten caught in this. It's a possibility. But I decided that I was going to play this game right here and take this retest down and then get out as pretty much as quickly as I could as we got late into the session. So understanding that, what happens is we get a tap of the supply zone, and we then get a bearish candle, and we get our entry candle right here. So price broke the low of that candle, stop loss was down here or about right here somewhere, and pretty much automatically we went into profit a little bit, and then we got stopped out. So at that point I was like, well, I guess maybe I was wrong. Maybe we are just gonna start pushing up. And then we get a huge bearish candle that pretty much rejects automatically. So at that point I'm like, okay, well, maybe, just maybe, we can potentially just come back down for that retest, because remember how I said whenever you have a reversal, you have to expect some type of retest to continue down. I had my first TP roughly around here, and then my next TP was like down here just in case it decided to turn into a full reversal. So again, my TP was about like right here ish, and price came down, and actually it wasn't here, it was underneath this candle right here. So my TP was like more like right here. So you'll see in the video, in the clip that I'm gonna put, we came down and then we started to reject right before hitting the level that I wanted. So I ended up closing the trade just to secure the profit that we lost, or just to recover my loss, I should say. And then price went back up into, it would have been up in the drawdown if I didn't close, and we would have won the trade and won even more if I would have held the trade, because it eventually hit our first TP, and I think it hit the second one too, maybe. Yeah, so it hit the second TP too. So this could have been a great trade. I just didn't hold it all the way down here because we took a loss the first entry, and I was playing that retest game, so I wasn't expecting price to get all the way down here. but I did have 2 TPs area set. So that was trade number 1 and trade number 2. So I had 2 entries, 1 loss, 1 win. Break even day, I lost about like $13, $14, something like that. We actually did see a little bit of profit, but I just didn't close. Now, our next trade was on NASDAQ. So the next day we looked at NASDAQ. As you can see, NASDAQ still pretty much chopping around. There's not too much going on. But with that being said, these ranges are so wide that you guys can catch a small move and it could make you a lot of money. Like I keep on saying it, but these markets right now are pretty like crazy as far as like the volume that we're getting. So this trade on NAS was probably one of the most beautiful setups that I've taken this entire year. So let me fast forward because this is Wednesday, so we got to go to Thursday. Okay, so right here, right, you have support. This is like a picture perfect setup. So we came down and we created a new low here. So again, if you guys remember how we were talking about retesting lows and stuff, so you have a new low in the market here, and you broke structure here. So you broke that support area. So this is all support, right? With this candle, you broke that area and then you came down. So if I were to draw it up here, this right here is this move here. So you're breaking that structure. This move is this one down here, and essentially this move is this move here, and you're coming back down, right? So when you get a move like this, what are you anticipating? You're anticipating the continuation down, or at least a retest of that level. So that's the game that we're playing coming into this day, right? So let me just put this back on. So we had that, then we had a low, boom. So and on top of that, if you wanted to, you could have taken this setup on the hour too. You have a supply area right here. So all of these 3 things lining up just gives me hella confidence and confirmation that we should be going down. There's pretty much no reason indicating that we should be taking buys at this point, especially coming into 8 and 9 o'clock in the morning. So this is a little bit earlier than that, but here we go. So yeah, so that's 8 o'clock, right? So with that being said, again, I was anticipating for price to have a continuation or a retest, at least a retest of this level. So my first take profit here, my second take profit down here. Why is this a take profit? Because this is your next area of like support, and then if price were to continue going on, your next area would be down here, and so forth and so on, like here and here. You get what I'm saying? Like you guys start to see like where these support areas are pretty much playing out. So now we go into the 5-minute chart and we're looking at this. We're like, okay, so we're kind of chilling. Like I said, I come to the chart around 8 o'clock, so I came to the chart up around here, and right now I'm pretty much just waiting for a setup to play out. Okay, so here we go. So we're chilling, and then we create a supply zone here. So we broke structure again on the 5-minute. This was your structure. So you had a high, a low, a high. We couldn't re-break this high. We broke structure, created a low, and now we're like pretty much just coming back up again. So then we get a supply. This is your supply area, and now at this point I'm waiting for price to retest this area, give a candle break, and then we enter the trade. So after a little while we get our candle break, and now at this point I'm like, okay, well, if the next candle breaks this area, this is gonna be the trade. And so that's what happened. So we break the candle. We went into a little bit of drawdown. You'll see in the clip that I put that we came down and then like flipped back up a little bit, but we end up pretty much pushing down straight away. And then, like I said, I had a TP down here, and then my next TP was pretty much down here. So basically we came down, we smacked our TP, and I started to trail my stops pretty aggressively just because we already hit our TP area, our first TP area, and I was like, I'm not gonna be giving back profits for the sake of the challenge. So I trailed my stops pretty aggressively. We went onto the 1 minute, and I think we get stopped out on this next candle. Yeah, so on the 1 minute, my trailing stop was like around this area, and we ended up getting our taken out, and we made about $2,300 in profit. And so yeah, but like again, this setup was beautiful, and oh shoot, yeah, like I said, this setup was beautiful, and it did end up hitting our next take profit and continuing down as well. Obviously I didn't stay in the move that long, but even then, like if I would have stayed in, this would have probably finished the challenge. So so yeah, but like this was a beautiful setup. And yeah, so like I said, I'm gonna have the clips in here so that you guys can see that I actually took the trades and stuff like that. But again, right now the account is sitting at let me see, I have the account on my phone. Let me just log in to Tradeovate real quick. Oh, it's already logged in. So yeah, so the account right now, I don't know if you guys can see, hopefully it focuses, but the account is at $7,093. So yeah, that's pretty much it for this video. Unfortunately, I wish I could, like, the audio would have worked, but I promise you guys that the next couple of videos, so part 3, part 4, and part 5, or part 6, whatever, however many parts it takes us to get the next like little $3,000, the audio will be there. It just sucks because unfortunately you guys couldn't see the psychology of part of like what I was like actually thinking, and like my reaction to, like, for example, this trade. As soon as I got in, you see this top wick, it like pushed and drawdown so fast, and I was like, oh shoot, like it's not the same thing as Wednesday. I thought the same thing as Wednesday was gonna happen, but then we ended up like pushing down. We got an aggressive push down, and the rest was pretty much history. So yeah, so I hope you guys understood everything I pretty much talked about in this video. And with that being said, yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video. I'm out of here.